What's going on, my beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of the Hustle Coast podcast. Today, we have an absolutely phenomenal guest on the show. He is an amazing rapper and music artist who has amassed millions of streams, leading with his hit song Elevate, doing over 5 million on Spotify and over 3 million views on YouTube. He is the owner of Mastermind 848 Records. I give you Yesha Yahoo.
What up, what up?
Hey, what's going on,
What's
man?
going on, man? How you?
Bro, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to have you on the podcast, my friend.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was telling you kind of off camera, that I've been following your stuff for a minute, man. I love your music. I came across it, I believe, on Instagram. I think Elevate was the first song that I kind of came across, and I was like, damn, that shit, man. It was hitting so hard. So
Yeah.
very excited to have you on, man.
Nah, I appreciate it, bro, for sure.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, man. I got a lot of I just dropped the EP back in January too, Fly Away EP.
I saw that.
Yeah.
For sure. And we're going to talk about that. And also, you just dropped a new song recently called, is it 4th of July?
4th of July.
Bro, that track was slapping too, man. I was listening to that before we got on here.
I appreciate that, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, man. No doubt. No doubt. So, yeah, we're going to get into all of those projects 100%. So normally when I start my interviews, I always kind of like to take it back to the beginning. Where were you born? What was your childhood like growing up? All of that.
All right, yeah. So I was born in Harlem. I was born in Harlem on the west side. And I'm the youngest out of like 6 kids.
Okay.
So, my father had 5 baby mothers, and then my mother has 2 baby fathers, and I'm the youngest out of everybody. So
nice. Were you close with your siblings growing up?
Not really. Nah, not really.
Okay.
But we all in contact and all that, but we not close though. It's a big age gap.
Okay. And you're the youngest one?
Yeah.
Nice, nice. Do you feel like by the time you were, coming around, you got away with a little bit more coming up because you were the youngest, or not really?
Nah, I got away with less.
Okay.
Got away with less because they learned all the tricks from the older ones.
Right, for sure. I feel that. So you're coming up now. Is Harlem where you were born and raised, or just where you were born?
Nah, that's where I was born at.
Okay.
So I got family there. I'm always frequenting back and forth. But as far as where I was raised at, I really claim Jersey and Virginia Beach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Nice. Yeah, I was telling you too. I could kind of tell in your accent. You know what I mean? That I could tell you're from up north. Like a New York or Jersey. I can kind of hear it.
Yeah.
For sure, man. That's what's up. And so, as you were growing up, were you bouncing back and forth between Virginia and Jersey, or?
No, I moved to Virginia the first time when I was like 14. I stayed out here for like a year. I left, went back to Jersey, came back out here again, ended up having kids. And so, my kids is from here. I'm in Virginia right now. My kids is from Virginia. So,
Nice. Do you like Virginia? Is Virginia more like chill?
It depends what part you in. Like I'm all over Virginia. I'm from the 7 cities all the way down to Northern Virginia. So if you from here, you understand what I mean. Like the 7 cities and the DMV, Northern Virginia is like 2 separate entities. So, but I'm pretty well known in both areas. So.
Nice. Yeah, for sure, man. 100%. And so when you were growing up, like as you're a kid growing up, did you already have or find a love for music? Were you into sports? Like what kind of kid were you?
I ain't gonna lie, I was a troublemaker growing up. I was a troublemaker. Like if I was to tell you anything else, everybody who know me would be like, nah, bro, you like
Right.
I was a troublemaker growing up, but I always loved music. I just never looked at it as something that I never looked at it as something that was really achievable as a kid. As a child, you see people on TV and all these like you think they gotta have a connection, or you wondering like, damn, they just got lucky. Whatever the case is, you just really like, it's not a realistic goal when you're coming from the type of areas where I'm from. So
Sure.
yeah.
I definitely can understand that, man. Who were you listening to when you were growing up? Who are your favorite rappers and artists?
Oh man, I got a bunch of them. Um, Jadakiss, Mano, Tupac, Joel Santana. Who else? I ain't gonna lie, the list goes on, bro. It's
Nice.
the whole New York 50 Cent, all that wave, like that's pretty much what I was on.
Nice. For sure, man. Yeah, I know, like, with your style, I don't want to, it's obviously not like DMX, but I noticed that you kind of, because you're melodic and you kind of like sing almost, but it's in a deeper voice. And
Yeah.
I just feel like that was cool. You know what I mean? So I was wondering if maybe you were listening to, obviously, like you got your 50s, but I was wondering too, when you were growing up, if you were ever listening to like DMX like that, or if you just kind of established
DMX,
that on your own.
yeah, DMX is a legend for
Yeah,
sure. I definitely love DMX.
for sure.
Yeah. Before he passed away, I had dropped a freestyle on my Instagram, and I saw his page in my story views. I don't know if it was really him, but sometimes people got social media management and all that. But he was definitely in my views. He seen one of my freestyles or whatever. So
Bro, that's crazy.
yeah.
For sure. So, let me ask you, when did you first start recording music?
Um, what you mean like seriously recording?
Or just your first experience, like even if it wasn't serious, but maybe kind of introduce you to like actually recording your voice and starting to learn about how to do it.
I mean, honestly, I could start all the way back to kindergarten. Like my father, he used to record me just singing regular songs, and it was a studio in Harlem back in the day. My father used to take me to, and I used to play on the drums, and he would let me record myself singing and playing the drums. So that was just for fun, whatever. And then but when I seriously started recording music is 2020
Mm.
during the pandemic. Like right before the pandemic, matter of fact, right before the pandemic started is when I recorded music. I got into a car accident, and I had fractured my spine, and I had to go through a recovery phase. And during that time period is when I started writing and recording.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we're definitely happy that you're okay, man, and everything good with that now.
Oh yeah,
Good.
definitely. I'm
Good.
great.
For sure, man. That's great to hear. For sure. So that's crazy to think about. So you really only been like pushing for a couple years.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. That's wild.
Yeah.
And what about like writing? Like, were you writing in the meantime or no?
Nah, what do you mean, like from childhood?
Yeah, like
Nah,
all growing up, no?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. It was never something that I took seriously. Like, if you told me you was a rapper, I was looking at you like, oh, all right. I'm not like it's you got pipe dreams. Like, it's not something that it's not really reachable unless you know somebody or you related to somebody. I ain't gonna lie, the pandemic opened up doors for people. If you took advantage of that wave, then you got a chance. Like,
That's a fact.
yeah.
For sure, for sure. So, real quick, I just wanted to ask one little question on that because I know you were saying that your dad, used to take you to the studio and all that. Was he involved in music? Like, so were you looking up to that, or is he just kind of introducing you to it more so?
Honestly, I don't. I really didn't know him much past that age, like
Mm,
5 or 6. You know what I mean? 5 to
okay,
7. I didn't know him much after that. So
I see.
just the memories I do have is, that's the type of stuff we was doing.
That's That's awesome though, man. I feel like those are good, good memories to have, especially with where you're at now. You know what I mean? That's the real origin right there.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, and I had to ask this question because again, I always like to do a little research, and I wanted to know how you chose the name.
Oh, yes, Yahoo.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So actually, Yeshayahu is Isaiah translated to Hebrew. So my government name is Isaiah.
Mm.
So I didn't want to come out here and be like, yo, my name is Little whatever or Young whatever. Like, so everybody got a similar name in rap now. It's something little or something baby or something, you know.
Yeah,
I wanted to just make myself stand out a little bit and just come different. Pause. Like, come with a different approach.
Hell yeah. And honestly, dude, I saw that when I saw that Yeshayahu meant Isaiah in Hebrew, and not only that, but something that I saw too was that he lived in the 8th century BC, and your label Mastermind 848. I was wondering if you were making a play on that too, but I wasn't sure.
Nah, that's fire. Yeah, nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah. The 848 is that's Jersey area code, but also what the 848 means to me is achieve. It's like it means masterminding, achieving. Oh shit, my bad. Hold on, let me get it together. Um, it's like masterminding, achieving your goals through perseverance and hard work. That's what the 848 means.
Wow.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
heck yeah, man, that's real. So, kind of going back to, I know you said that you first started doing music for real in 2020.
Yeah.
So, did you already have kind of like an idea of how to record at that time, or was someone teaching you? Did you have a mentor? Because obviously, the first time you walk into a studio, you might not know like really what to do.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good question. So shout out to my bro Jesus, right? Um, so he's actually the person that I gotta give credit for getting me back in the studio, and shout out to my boy Zip also. So it's a funny story, right? So this how I met my boy Jesus. I'm standing up one day. I don't know this guy. He just comes out of nowhere and approaches me. He like, yo, you rap? And I'm like, nah. He's like, yes, you do. You rap. I was like, what you mean? He was like, and before I could even like get a response from him, he just turned around and walked away. Like
What?
he just walked up to me. He was like, yo, you rap? I was like, nah. He's like, yes, you do. On everything I
Okay.
love. This is how it happened. And so, like I said, I was recovering from the fractured spine, and so it was like the first major injury I ever had. So I went through, it was a hard time period for me. And one of my bros was like, yo, my boy Zip, he was like, yo, why don't you come to the studio? And I was like, bro, I don't do that rap stuff. Like, what you mean? Like, I don't know. Can we curse on here?
Yeah, you can say whatever.
Okay, yeah. I was like, bro, I don't do that rap shit. Like, what you mean, bro? Like, go to the studio. Like, come on, bro. Like, he's like, nah, bro, we going to the studio. So he tricked me. I get in his car, and we supposed to just be, riding around, chilling, going to get something to eat, whatever. Like, my house is this way. He starts going the opposite direction. I'm like, yo, where you going? He steps on the gas. I'm like, yo, what's up, bro? He like, yo, we going to the studio. I don't want to hear it. We going to the studio. I say, it's funny. So we go to the studio. Yeah. So here's where it gets crazier. So I didn't know, mind you, I'm somewhat new to this part of Virginia. And so I didn't know Zip and Jesus knew each other. I didn't know they knew each other. So when my boy was like, yo, we going to the studio, he took me to Jesus' house. He took me to his house. And it's so the same guy who was like, yo, you rap? I was like, nah. He's like, yes, you do. This is whose house had the studio in it.
What?
Yeah, it's a, like crazy coincidence.
That is.
So we all, I'm putting two and two. I'm like, oh, yeah, I know each other. I'm like, they're like, yo, bro, you you got like you got something about you, like something telling me you should just try it, just rap. So they all freestyling. I wait to the end. I'm trying to just I'm trying to just avoid the whole shit. Like I'm not trying to rap, bro. Like y'all good, just go do what y'all do, then we leave it. They're like, nah, bro, we not leaving until you rap. So I go in there, I freestyle for 30 seconds, and I didn't know, like you said, I didn't know nothing about recording. I didn't know how it worked. I didn't know you could record your voice, turn it into an MP3, and bounce the track and email it to people. I didn't know nothing about none of that. Right. So now I'm outside and people just randomly, people that I don't know is walking up to me like, yo, I heard that song you did. And I'm like, what song? I forgot I even did a song. I'm like, what you talking about? They're like, yeah, that freestyle. I'm like, oh. So so I go back. I'm like, yo, y'all put that song out? They was like, nah, we just let a couple people hear it. I was like, oh, okay. But after they did that, a lot of people started walking up to me, encouraging me, like, yo, you should really make music. You got a voice. You got a good voice. You got a look about you. You could do something. I believe, like, people just kept encouraging me to do it. And if I see an opportunity to make money, I'm gonna do it. And I always had a love for music, but honestly, like I said, I got daughters, and taking care of them is my number one priority. So if I'm not just out here rapping just for a hobby, right? If I'm gonna do it, it has to make a profit. And so I started studying. I started reading. I started watching YouTube videos and learning about the business as well as I'm perfecting my craft. And I did that for about a year, and then I dropped my first record, which is Elevate.
Bro, I just gotta. So you're telling me that Elevate was your first record that you dropped?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man.
Dude, that's just mind blowing me right now, dude. It really is. That's crazy. So in the meantime, that you were, obviously perfecting your craft and studying up, were you also going crazy with the pen, writing songs, knocking them out?
Oh yeah. Like you mean just like recording songs that's like building myself up to the Elevate?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Yeah.
Cool. But still, man, that's crazy that was the first song, bro. Like, talk about like, starting on a high note.
Yeah. I'm just, like I said, man, I always loved music, and I wanted to make a living off of this. And I started just getting strategic. Like, yo, how can I be different from everybody else? Everybody's talking about the same thing, and so I wanted to just stand out. Like, I'm not making music saying that I'm already rich, because most people was not. Most people are not living that lifestyle. So I wanted to say something that everybody could relate to.
Yeah, for sure. And I noticed that about your music, man. Your music is very like emotional, and like it really pulls that like emotion out of you. Like it puts you in those situations that you've probably gone through in your life, but it also has like that emotional tie where it's like it's pulling on your kind of like movies do. You know what I'm saying? Like it's tugging on that emotion, and that's powerful. You know what I mean? So that's cool.
Nah, I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. What and we're gonna talk more about Elevate here momentarily, because I got some more questions on that song, man. That shit is crazy. But so nowadays, what is your writing and recording process kind of like? How has that evolved?
It kind of like, honestly, I'll lie to you not, bro. It just evolves as I evolve. As I evolve, it evolves with me. Literally, the more I learn and grow, the more my music does as well. Like literally, it feels like that. Like I can go, like I don't write every day. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't write every day. I might take a week or two off, but in that week or two I took off, I come back and I feel like, damn, I got better. But I might have been working on myself, bettering myself in a different area, and it just happened to also better me in this area.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you normally come up with melodies first or lyrics first?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Melodies or lyrics first. It depends on the song. Some songs, some songs like I'll change the melody 50 times. With like there might be 4 different versions of the same song. So like I'll change the melody according to every beat. Some songs I'll make up a melody with no beat and then find a beat that goes with it. Um, yeah, I honestly, yeah, I never make a melody without words. I never do that. Yeah,
Right, right.
yeah, I never make a melody without words. I know a lot of people do it. It's called scatting.
Yeah.
That's not my thing. Like, nah.
That's crazy though. That's interesting because yeah, you're right. A lot of people that I know that, do music find the melody first and then just kind of fill in the words.
Yeah.
But maybe that's why your songs are so like deep and pull on those strings is because you're focusing so much on putting those lyrics down first and you're putting everything into it as opposed to just, oh, I need to write some lyrics to fill up this melody.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say lyrics first. I would say that, like, simultaneously, I'm working on both.
Okay.
Literally, like, like it's sort of like the song is on a potter's wheel, and I'm literally shaping it and molding it and everything at the same time. Like,
That's crazy.
yeah.
I love that, dude. That's crazy. So, Elevate drops. First off, let me just take a moment and just say, how did you get the beat or find the beat to Elevate, or how did that come about?
I got it off YouTube.
Okay.
I got it off YouTube, and then I bought the rights to it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Since you put it out, did the producer of the beat ever like reach out to you and be like, "Yo, bro, this shit is crazy," or like, thank you, or no?
Nah.
I would assume that at some point that message will be coming.
Yeah, I think he's from the UK. I'm not sure.
Nice. Man, he would probably freak out, you know what I mean, if he heard that song and that hit to his beat, dog.
Yeah.
That would be crazy. So, Elevate has obviously amassed millions of streams. It's been shared by a lot of people, including,
Yeah.
I think I just saw something where Jake Paul shared it. Am I right on that?
Yep.
Jake Paul just shared it. It's been shared by a lot of people. Honestly, I would probably put it up there with just when I'm in the gym, dog. I mean, it always hits, but when I'm in the gym, I would put it up there with one of the best workout songs ever. Like,
Nah,
really.
yeah.
No doubt, man, no doubt.
Yeah.
So, can you just tell us kind of the story behind when you were, I guess, coming up with that song and just writing it? Like, what was your thought process like and all that?
Okay. Yeah, that's all right. So, it's a lot. It's kind of deep. All right, let me see. How can I give you the short version? I was very intentional with that record. Like, I was intentional with that record. Like, I wanted to do something that was motivational. I'm big on visualization. So, as I'm writing the song, I'm visualizing athletes working out to this song. Literally, a lot of you not. My favorite basketball player is Kyrie Irving. And also shout out Amen Thompson too, for sure. But I was visualizing like I'm like, I'm gonna have Kyrie Irving in the gym practicing playing the show.
Hell yeah.
Yo, but nah, I'm gonna tell you what's so crazy though. The vision that I had of Kyrie Irving is what I saw Dwyane Wade doing. And, that's just as fire to me. Like, I don't know if you know, Dwyane Wade posted it as well.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Dwyane Wade posted the song, and Dwight Howard, and Udonis Haslam, and Justin Holiday. Shout out all of them.
Big shout out. That's crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah. I visualized it, and it just came to life, literally.
That's crazy, man. That just goes to show the power of the mind, bro. The power of intention. you know what I'm saying? And just really your creativity, bro, just shining through. You know what I mean? Like that's nuts that you were literally visualizing it, and that's what it came to be.
Yeah, it's real.
That's wild, man.
Yeah.
For sure. So I know that you were mentioning as well. Um, we were kind of talking a little bit behind the camera here, and you can talk about this as much as you want to. We don't have to get too deep into it or whatever. But I know you were also mentioning something about either past deals or even a new deal that might be going on. Is there anything you could tell us about that? And if so, I'm sorry. And if so, what part did Elevate play in that? Just curious.
Elevate played it is the part,
Okay.
honestly. I mean, like Elevate gets all the attention, majority of the attention, but I have another record, um, my second biggest record, Judas, also.
Judas.
Judas also did pretty well. But Elevate is really what opened the door for me. And that's the song I put the most effort into as well. So, like I was going around doing a lot of free shows, all the way from Brooklyn to Orlando. Competition shows, DC, Maryland, Baltimore, Richmond. So just, and everywhere I went, I performed Elevate. So, it definitely paid off.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Um, I got a distribution deal with Empire for my record label, and I got a couple artists I'm getting ready to sign also out of Jersey.
That's huge.
Yeah,
That's
and I just did a deal with Rockstar Sony management and all that. So yeah.
Bro, big congratulations on that, man. Those are big moves right there.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And speaking of Judas, I also really rock with Judas as well. Like it's a different kind of song, you know what I'm saying? But again, I have them both on my playlist when I hit the gym. It'll go Elevate and then Judas, and it just like Elevate kicks it off, and then Judas just gives it that dog almost. You know what I mean? Like it's that I don't know. It has like that grit.
Get through that last rep.
Yeah. Yeah, it really does, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, man, so I could see that for sure. And I mean, again, honestly, I don't know if I've seen a record that I've not just liked, obviously, so much personally, you know what I mean? But also, you've put so much work into it and it shows because obviously you're getting all of these, all of this attention for it now and all of these shares from people who are very established. Um, do you think that all that work that you put in to get it out there, do you think that is now kind of paying off? Because I know, again, that song has been out for a little while. Or did you see it like immediately when you released it? Did it go up, or is it all that groundwork that you put in?
Yeah, it took almost a year and a half before the song really started, growing legs. And so definitely all the groundwork I put in just paid off. But I gotta give all the credit to God too, because it don't matter what I did. If it wasn't meant to be, it just wasn't gonna happen. So it's one thing. One of my mentors told me recently. It's about alignment. You know what I mean? As long as you live in alignment with your purpose, everything is gonna work out for you and go smoothly. So
That's fact.
yeah.
100%. Was there anything other than doing the shows and just showing up places and again doing that groundwork, was there anything else in particular that you felt like worked for you really well when it came to getting out there or just marketing in general?
Oh yeah, definitely. Me being from so many different places, that naturally, like I said, I was born in New York. I spent the first decade and some change of my life in New York, and have been back and forth there my whole life. Like, I'm always gonna be from Harlem, or you know what I mean. But Jersey, that's like my second home. I love Jersey. Like, Virginia Beach, everybody I know, everybody I've known, just throughout all the different places I've been, um, have helped spread the music, spread the word. Like, yo, this one of my boys, just check out his music, he's fire. All of that. It definitely networking, all of that. Yeah.
For sure, man. I can imagine that would be, being that you lived in some other states and probably had like some friends and connects in different areas, that probably was, you're probably able to kind of maybe leverage that too with like, hey, check this out,
Mm-hmm.
That's dope, man. Do you feel like, has it yet, or was there a specific point where people kind of started treating you a little bit different once that song started really going up?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I wouldn't say they treated me different. Like, how can I say? It's just like, damn, man. Sometimes some people tend to rock with you based off what you could do for them. You know how that goes. So, based off the position that I'm in now, I could do more for you than I could before. So some people treat me differently accordingly to that, yeah. But as far as like respect and all of that type of stuff, nah, I was always well respected and stuff like that. So I don't feel like it's too big of a difference. But just when people see me, they see an opportunity now. That's the difference. Before, it was like, you wouldn't have no reason to come up to me if you didn't know I could help you in some type of way. So,
Right.
Yeah.
I feel that for sure. You've been marketing and pushing Elevate for a sufficient amount of time, which is amazing. And honestly, like, you hear stories, I want to say, and don't quote me if I'm wrong here, but I want to say it was like Future, or maybe there was somebody else. I'm sure there's multiple artists who had to push a song for, kind of like you said, over a year before it really started catching traction. Do you think that other artists give up on pushing their songs too quickly?
Definitely. Definitely. All the artists that I know, that are my friends, I constantly tell them, yo, you dropping too much music. You dropping too much music. When you're first starting out, you want to drop a song that you want to drop. You don't want to have your catalog together, whatever. But not telling you just do one song. But you want to have one record that you really believe in, that you're gonna push no matter what. I even heard Master P talking about it when he came out with Body. He said all he was pushing was Body. He was like Body, whatever you talking about. All he got to say is Body. They asked him for a new record, Body. And that's the kind of mentality you gotta have. Really, you can't just keep dropping new songs and people didn't even learn your last record.
Right.
And when you're not signed to a major label and you don't have the marketing dollars, it's gonna take a lot longer for your record to circulate.
Yeah.
So you just putting out 20 records in 1 year and nobody's checking for you. You could have put all that money into one record and blew that record up. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good point, man. And the crazy thing is I feel like that is what my music mentors would say back in the day. You know what I mean? Like, one of the guys who shout out to this man, but knowledge, 2K5, rest in peace. But he was big in the dance hall up in, up north for a while. But he kind of was showing me when I was coming up, and this is years ago, stick with one record, stick with one record. And I feel like even me personally, and this is why I can relate to artists who kind of maybe get away from that or get caught up in putting out new music too much, is because the social media era and the content and all this and that. But I do like your perspective. It's almost kind of like, I don't want to say old school, but it's almost like that purist, that original perspective where it's like, nah, you got to find your best song and you got to put all your money into getting that song in front of the right audience or the right people.
Yeah, I'm just like, once you get your foot in the door, definitely you want to drop consistently. But when you're trying to get there, dropping all that record, you just oversaturating for no reason. Because think about it, every time you drop a new record, you're paying for cover art, you're paying for studio time, you're paying for beats, you're paying to shoot a music video, everything that comes along with that. You might as well put all of that into one record. And now, let's say like me, when I went viral, right? I had 6 songs out. Now I have 28 songs out. So I dropped Elevate, and then I dropped the EP, Not For Nothing, with that included Elevate. Right. And after that, I dropped one more record, Another Level. And that's when, literally, when I dropped Another Level, that's when they found out about Elevate. It was like, oh, shit. I was literally at a show backstage getting ready to go perform. And my boy was like, yo, bro, I was looking at your video this morning, and it just got 20,000 more views in like the last 2-3 hours. I was like, getting ready to go perform, so I couldn't even really react how I wanted to, but, you know.
Yeah. No, man, I think that's great advice, and I think that's even good for me to hear, man. You know what I mean? Because I feel like sometimes maybe I even try to, push too much music, or so I think that's a great message that maybe other artists need to hear. Maybe stop putting out so much, and put those marketing dollars behind really getting one song, out there as much as you can. So I think that's a great point, and obviously it worked for you. So you're the right person to be asking. For sure.
If you pay attention, that's what the label would do.
Yeah.
If you were to sign to a record label, they're not gonna have you drop a new song every week. They're gonna put one major single, have you push that single and milk it till nothing's left.
Right. Let me ask you, did you know when you were finished with Elevate that it was the one, or did it take you a while when you started getting that feedback from people to really be like, okay, that is the one?
I had to get the feedback. I had to, definitely. I was kind of torn. Like, so I wrote Higher Thoughts before Elevate. The song Higher Thoughts, I don't know if you ever heard that.
Yeah.
I wrote that before Elevate. And so I asked a bunch of people, my family, friends, people that I know, my supporters, like, what do y'all think? Elevate or Higher Thoughts? Some people said Higher Thoughts. Some people said Elevate. And ultimately, we went with Elevate.
Right. It's crazy, man, how it all works, right? And big shout out to your homeboys too that like forced you to go to the studio, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Yeah, big shout out to them.
They're gonna see this too.
Yeah. No doubt. How would you describe, other than yourself, of course, which you're doing your thing, how would you describe the music scene right now in your area of Virginia, the independent music scene?
It's dope. Shout out Monster Corleone. Shout out Monster. He's another artist in the area where I'm at right now in Virginia. He's doing this thing. Also, he got a song called I'm Capping. And he got a remix with Big X the Plug. Also, shout out to him.
Shit, shout out. That's dope, man. That's dope. Mm-hmm. Do you get a lot of your artists in your area that are always like hitting you up for features nowadays and whatnot?
Not really, because everybody know I'm taxing. I know.
Nice.
I'm taxing.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Do you like doing collaborations or making songs with other people, or do you feel like you're at your best when you're kind of like creating by yourself?
Nah, I do. I like to collaborate. I do.
Hell yeah. For sure. What do you think is some of the hardest things about the music industry that people from the outside looking in might not know?
Just how dedicated you gotta be. You gotta really, like, it has to be It's not just a job, it's a lifestyle. So you have to really be super dedicated if you want to be successful. And a lot of people try to be part time and it just never works. You have to be dedicated because it's gonna, you might have to miss, you might not be able to pay a bill on your way up. You might have to be like, listen, I'm gonna pay this bill late because I gotta go put this money toward something else or whatever. However, you gotta make sacrifices. And a lot of people they don't want to make the sacrifices. They don't want to go through the ugly phase.
Yeah.
So
True that. That's fact. It is. It's a lot of sacrifices, and I feel like it's that way too. Like, if you have a dream, whether it be music or whether it be whatever, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta sacrifice for it, and you gotta be willing to, kind of like you said, do things that other people aren't willing to do, even if that means, having to pay a bill late or use that money or whatever. So,
yeah,
all right, cool. So let me ask you this question as well. Do you think that to be successful in the music industry, it takes, or at least to get attention, do you think it takes money, or do you feel like you really can do it with just hard work and a good strategy?
it's a combination of both. You don't have to have hundreds of thousands of dollars, but you need, and it's not even just hard working. It's not just money. You can have money and hard work and good strategy and still not make it, to be honest.
That's a fact.
So it's more than that even. But you need it all. You need money, you need the strategy, you need hard work. And like I said earlier, you gotta be in alignment. It just has to be something you was meant to do. You see what I'm saying? Like shout out to Rob, right? One of my mentors said it like this. He said, if I wanted to right now, can I just go to the NFL right now?
No.
No, I can't, because that ain't. I'm not in alignment to be able to do that. It ain't meant for me to do that.
Right.
So you got to be real with yourself. Is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? Because everything else I did besides rap, I was not as successful as I am in rap music. I'm just being honest.
Right.
I wasn't. If I tried to do what somebody else did, it wouldn't work out for me. So it's just about alignment. If you're meant to do this, it's going to work.
That's awesome. I love that for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So, talking a little bit about your label, what motivated you to start your own label, and at what point in your musical journey were you like, okay, I want to make sure to have my own thing as well?
Um. So I came in with my own label.
Mm.
I came in with my own label. I started, like I said, I studied the business side of the music, and I just try to get game from anywhere I could. And I just decided to come in with my own label, just off the rip. Listen, it's Mastermind 848. That's what it is. And you know, it makes sense to me because why am I signing somebody else's label if I could do the same thing you're doing?
Right.
At first, as when you independent, but obviously, if it's an independent label, when you're talking majors, that's something different.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man, that definitely makes sense. What would what do you look for when you would be signing a new artist? Like, what kind of qualities do you look for when you would be signing or are signing somebody?
I look for the hunger. You gotta have that hunger. You gotta be you gotta be self driven. Like you gotta have discipline. Like I'm looking for that. Like I'm looking for the person who's like, you may not be in the mood to do something you're supposed to do, but you're gonna do it anyway because you're supposed to do it.
Right.
Stuff like that. Like just somebody, I'm not no babysitter. So yeah, so I can't want it for you more than you want it for yourself. But I could definitely give you the guidance and the resources that I have available to help you get to that next level.
100%, man. Those are all big facts, dude. And I feel like the same thing too. Just like it's like in any business that you're running, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't want somebody in here who is like gonna slow me down or who's not gonna be able to be efficient with the time, you know, or with the strategy. So 100% agreed on that, man. That's
Yeah.
facts. So this is the Hustle Coast podcast, and I feel like this question right here has to be asked on every episode. What does hustle mean to you, and what makes a hustler?
What hustle means to me. Hustle is basically, to me, it's like being able to make, it's being able to survive in any environment, being able to make something out of nothing, no matter what, like literally. That's what it is. What was the second part of the question?
Yeah, and what makes a hustler?
Oh, okay, yeah. I kind of answered both in one.
You
Yeah,
did, definitely.
yeah.
Hell
So,
yeah, man. That's facts. That's big facts. Did you ever have a moment where you almost gave up but didn't?
definitely. So, I'm be honest, I go through this all the time. Like, I'll be like, man, fuck this rap shit, yo. I go through it every other day. Nah, it ain't that bad. But yeah, I get frustrated just like everybody else. But I don't know how to quit. Honestly,
Yeah.
I just talk shit, but I really don't know how to.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it gets frustrating though. It gets hard because you want things. You want things when you want them. You want things when you want it, not when it's you're not always want things like on God's time and we want it on our own time. So
Yeah. No, man, that's so true. What do you feel like are some daily habits or rituals that keep you going?
going as far as like motivation wise or like what?
Yeah, just things that keep you going. You know, it might be, I don't know, reading or like, you know, listening to something or hitting the gym, or is there just any like rituals that you have that kind of keep you functioning at the top of your game?
Oh yeah, I read. I read a lot. I exercise a lot. Um, that's pretty much it. Yeah, a lot of reading, a lot of studying. That's what I do mostly. I love to learn. I like to gain new information. There's the if a day goes by and I didn't learn something, I wasted the day. So that's really what keeps me going because every time I gain a new piece of information, I'm combining it with what I already know, and I'm just building a bigger and better me.
Straight up, man. That like ability and desire to learn, bro, that turns like average people into fucking beasts, man. I've found that throughout my life. Just like people who like have a passion for like learning and like unwilling to like if they don't have the information, they're willing to put in the work to go find it. I feel like that quality could turn you into something.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Was there someone who believed in you before you had any wins?
Oh yeah, for sure. Shout out to my cousin, to my big cousin Jermaine. You heard? Yeah, my cousin. He listen. I don't even want to list everything he done for me, but I'm gonna say this, man. He had my back every step of the way through this whole process. He used to sing when I was younger. He was like the only person in the family besides me that I know personally that has any experience with music. And so yeah, my cousin Jermaine, like he's helped me a lot throughout the last 5 years of me doing this. And my sister, shout out to my sister Kia. She like my A&R. I send her all my music.
Hell
So
yeah. Well, big
yeah,
shout out to them, man. That's awesome.
yeah.
For sure. What do you want your legacy to be?
What I want my legacy to be. Honestly, my goal, it's it's sort of deep, but not really. it's two parts to it, right? I definitely want to be on that Mount Rushmore of rap. That's that's one. But two, like the same way how, like you said earlier, DMX, how he made music that impacted people. That's what I want my legacy to be. Like I want the younger generation, the old, like when they get older, whatever, they can like, yo, I remember I used to listen to this song whenever I was feeling some type of way. This song made me feel good, and now it's gonna give birth to the next person who's gonna do it and just keep it going because music is a vital part of most people's everyday life. Like,
Yeah.
you might be feeling sad, you go throw on a song. You feeling excited, you go play a song. Whatever the case, is always everybody got a theme song to a different mood or whatever going on. So that's really what it is.
That's awesome.
That's awesome, man. I love that.
I want to add to that too, right? Tupac got a song called "Unconditional Love," and that song, growing up, for me, that song really just like how I see people react to Elevate. That's what that song did for me. You know what I mean? Or like a DMX, Slipping.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to, yeah.
Yeah, bro. And I feel like, too, at least this is how I am. I'm sure a lot of other people are like this, where it's like when you find that one song that is like what you're going through, or kind of like you said, that gives you that piece of inspiration or whatever, just in like at that moment or at that time of your life, I'll put that mofo on repeat, dog. You know what I mean? I listen to that shit for like 2 weeks straight, dude. You know?
Hell yeah.
So that's fact, man.
Yeah.
For sure. So that's awesome, dude. I really like that. So as we're kind of coming to the end here, these next questions are more so just kind of fun questions for people just to get to know a little bit more about you as an individual.
Right.
So do you have any hidden talents?
Hidden talents? Nah, not really.
Okay.
This is my hidden talent.
Okay. So your hidden talent has now overtaken everything.
It ain't hidden no more.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Okay. If you had to eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
One meal?
One meal.
Damn. Damn. Oh no. I'm gonna eat some curry goat with rice and peas and cabbage, you heard?
Oh, nice, man. Nice. You went the health route, dude.
I'm eating some Jamaican food.
Nice. Now, that
Yeah.
sounds good. That sounds good. I mean, I love like curry chicken and all that, but I gotta be honest, man. I've had kind of like goat and lamb before and all that, and I wasn't like the biggest fan of it. Like it had kind of like a little bit of a different taste to me. I don't
Now
know if I.
you gotta go to the spot where I go to.
Yeah, it's good. Hell yeah, man. All right. Do you have a favorite movie or TV show?
Favorite movie or TV show? Damn. What's my favorite movie? I don't know. I like a lot of gangster movies. Really, I like almost all the gangster. I don't like all of them, but my favorite one. Damn. I don't really know about the favorite part. Yeah, I'm gonna just say, just to throw something out there, I'm gonna say Pulp Fiction.
Oh, Pulp Fiction is a good one.
Yeah, just to throw something out there. That's definitely in my top 10.
Definitely. Great movie. Love that movie.
So TV show, I'm gonna say Power, the first one.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Bro, I was talking to somebody else about this the other day, but those soundtracks they had on Power were crazy, dude.
Oh yeah.
I discovered a lot of music from that show, you know?
Yeah, same.
Hell yeah. So that was sick. That's a great show. Do you have other than yourself, and we kind of talked about this earlier, but do you have a favorite music artist or band?
So honestly, I like a bunch of different kind of music. I like rock music. I like rap. I like a lot of different type of music. So I don't want to just shout out rappers if now that we brought this up again. So I'm gonna tell you some of my other artists. It's a rock group called Audio Slave. I like them. Yeah, they got a song. I mean, it's something like people. That's something people would not expect from me. Like when I, they got a song called "Shadow on the Sun." Yeah, I rock with Audio Slave heavy. Um, and who else I like? Let me see. Oh, Ransom from Jersey. You know, I don't know if you ever heard of Ransom.
I think I have.
Yeah, Ransom. I should have named him earlier too. Like that's definitely one of my favorite rappers. Yeah.
Nice. But that rock group that you mentioned, I haven't heard of them, so I'm gonna have to go check them out. You might be putting me on some game right now on that.
Oh yeah, they are older group. I found out about them from a movie. It was a soundtrack. Have you ever seen the movie Collateral with Jamie Foxx and Tom Cruise?
Oh, it sounds familiar. I probably have.
Jamie Foxx, Tom Cruise, and I think Jada Pinkett is in there also. Yeah.
Nice, man. Hell yeah. Bro, I'm telling you, that's like the one great thing, see, I was raised watching movies, you know what I mean? We didn't have cable, so we had DVDs, we had VHSs and shit, you know what I'm saying? So I always watch movies, and nowadays it's so nice because I discover so much music through movies, bro. Hit that Shazam, and boom.
Oh yeah, you already Shazam,
so
I'll be in a store, I hear a song playing, I'm like, oh, let me get the Shazam real quick.
Yeah, same here, dude. Same here.
Yeah.
That's funny. Hell yeah. So, are you a morning or night person?
I'm both, bro. Like I would stay up days in a row. I like both. I like the morning. Sometimes I want to stay. Like sometimes I wake up. Like I go to sleep late, wake up early. I'm that type.
Nice.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. All right. So this next one, you hit the lotto for 10 million. What's the first thing you're buying?
The first thing I'm buying. Oh. Yeah. Oh, for 10 million?
10 million.
I'm buying a Coleman King. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's a car. It's like a truck. It's called a Coleman King. Coleman King with a K, yeah.
I have to check that out, man. What's special about that?
You
just
got
how it looks?
It's something that like princes and kings drive in like the United Arab Emirates. It's so like it got everything, bro. It's like the doomsday vehicle.
Shit.
It got everything, yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that out for sure.
Yeah, I think it goes for like $1 million to $3 million. But if somebody just gave me 10 million, I'm spending that for sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man, for sure. And last one, what is your dream vacation spot?
Damn. That's a good question because I need to go on vacation. I don't really know. Honestly, I really don't know. I could describe it. So it got to be somewhere where it's tropical, and it got to be somewhere where I can smoke. If it's tropical and I could smoke, and it's a young crowd of people, and it's like an island, yeah, I'm good. Like, but I don't want to. But I don't know. Like, I don't want to say the typical places everybody goes to DR. Everybody goes to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, you know what I'm saying, regular shit. So right. I gotta do my research. I don't know, man.
We're thinking more like Aruba or Ibiza or something like that, probably.
I don't know, maybe Costa Rica or something. Like I said, I gotta be able to smoke. I know a lot of these places, like I'm not gonna enjoy myself if I can't indulge a little bit. So
yeah, for
sure. That's gonna kill the whole trip for me.
Right. I feel that, man. Okay. Yeah. And so, in closing, do you have any new projects or shows coming up or anything that you'd like to talk about?
I don't have nothing we could talk about just yet.
Okay.
But projects, what we can talk about is the Elevate remix. I'm working on getting a major feature for the Elevate remix. So be on the lookout for that.
That's huge.
And then also, after I drop the remix, I'm gonna drop my album. So
hell yeah, that'll be major, bro. We'll be looking out for that for sure. 100%.
Yeah.
Any last shout outs or thank yous that you want to give?
Man, shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you having me on the show.
No doubt. Appreciate you for coming on.
Definitely.
Hell yeah. All right, cool. And very last thing, where can listeners connect with you and how can they support you?
Go to my Spotify, Hayahu. That's YE$HAYAHU. Apple Music. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and subscribe to Hustle Coast podcast also.
Hey.
Matter of fact, how y'all can support me is come watch this video, come turn my boy channel up. You heard? Let's get it. We got to get him up there. We got to get his views, his subscribers. Let's turn them up. That's what we going to do.
Hell yeah, man. I appreciate that, dog. And again, I want to thank you so much, Hayahu, for coming on, man, and telling your story and, about all the success and things that you've achieved, man. It's truly an inspiration, bro. And I know a lot of artists and, just fans of yours are going to get a lot from this. So I really thank you for coming on the podcast today, man, for sure.
Nah, I appreciate you having me, bro.
Yeah, no doubt. And everybody who's tuning in, thank you again for tuning in to another episode of the Hustle Coast podcast, and we'll see you on the next one.